And then around like 12, she was like, I gotta poop.
Alright, what's up guys? So we decided, wait, I just did that thing that Jane-Ellen did. That Jane-Ellen does.
Hi guys, so
Anyways, we decided that instead of a vlog this weekend, or vlogs, instead of a vlog this weekend, we're just gonna do a story time. I think I put a poll out months ago about how maybe we should do a story time of Jane-Ellen's birth and Enzo's birth, and you guys wanted to hear the stories, so
We'll tell you the stories.
Okay, let's start with Jane-Ellen. Okay, where should I start? From that morning, huh?
The night before?
The morning.
Oh, yeah.
Friday morning. Okay, so hold on, before I tell the story, I have to put like a disclaimer, like
TMI.
there's going to be TMIs in this story. If you're gonna listen to a story about birth, there's going to be TMIs. But anyways, Friday morning, I started getting contractions, like very far apart. They felt more like cramps. And I called my mom and I told her, and my mom was freaking out. She was like, you have to wait for me, because she was coming that night, like super late that night. And I told her it's not like I could control it. The contractions started like coming closer together. I had an appointment Friday afternoon at 3 p.m. By then my contractions were about 15 minutes apart. Still not super strong, but you know. And then at my appointment, it was my 39-week appointment. And then at my appointment, my doctor had given me a membrane sweep. So she checked how dilated I was. I think, what was I, 2 centimeters?
It was 3.
That was 2.
2, 3.
She said I was a couple centimeters dilated already.
2.
So which is good. And then she offered me a membrane sweep. And yeah, she gave me a membrane sweep. And I'm pretty sure it was right after the membrane sweep that my water broke, but I just thought it was, I don't know, I just didn't think anything of it. And I just thought it was like...
Her peeing herself.
No. I just thought it was normal because she told me there would be some discharge. And so I just left it alone, because it's not like in the movies where your water just bursts. I guess sometimes it could happen that way. But this time it was more like a trickle, like a constant trickle.
It was like a faucet.
It was like I was,
like
yeah,
a dripping faucet.
I mean, I guess. But yeah, so we went home, and then right when we got home, I was standing in the doorway of our bedroom, and I was like...
She looks at me.
No, you were in the bathroom, remember? No, you were in the bathroom. You were pooping. You were pooping, remember? And I was like, babe, I think my water just broke, or I peed. And then you were sitting on the toilet, and I had to take the little step stool and sit in the tub.
You're gonna put that in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember?
I don't remember any of this.
Yeah, so I was standing in the doorway of our bedroom, and like some stuff just came out of me. And so I yelled out to RJ, who was in the bathroom pooping. I think my water just broke. Either my water just broke or I peed. So I sat in the tub on a stool. And I don't know. I feel like at that point I should have been like, okay, my water broke, but...
I mean, that was like...
It was my first pregnancy, and I didn't know how things would feel. But I did call the doctor, the on-call doctor, and let them know. And because I had a membrane sweep, the doctor was like, oh, it's normal to have some discharge after a membrane sweep, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I guess maybe the way I was explaining it made it just like sound like that. It didn't sound like my water broke.
Contractions started getting worse through the day. And I was supposed to go pick up mom at the airport at like midnight. But contraction was getting really bad. And so...
And the airport was an hour away from where we live.
Yeah,
like an hour, almost an hour and a half.
So it was like a 2-hour trip going back and forth. And so we asked Nick to go pick up mom. So shout out to him for being a real one. And so Nick picked him up at like midnight, and Ruth couldn't even sleep that night. I slept like a baby.
Oh my god, I was so mad at him. I was like looking at him like, are you kidding me? I wanted to
What am I supposed to do? Like stay out with you?
Yes.
What the heck?
I wanted to kill him, and I was like trying to time my contractions and everything, but like they were starting to get real close. And then I think by the time my mom got to our house, by the time Nick dropped them off,
It was like 2:30 in the morning.
it was like, yeah, it was really late. And then my contractions were still really constant and strong, and they were getting stronger. And then like an hour after they got there.
Like an hour, like a 4. Ruth woke me up.
Like an hour and a half after my mom got to our house.
They literally slept for an hour, probably.
I woke up RJ and was like, we have to go to the hospital, it's time. At that point, my contractions were like jumping around between like 3-4 minutes, and they were like, oh my god. Like I could barely even stand, it hurt so bad. Then we went to the hospital, got checked in and everything, found out my water actually did break.
Yeah.
And then I tried to like...
Wasn't pee. She tried to go without epidural for as long as she could.
And then at one point...
It got to the point where she was like, call the doctor, I want the epidural.
And then...
And from her requesting, from when she requested her epidural to when she actually got it was like almost an hour and a half.
I was dying, and I was like laying in bed like crying, like where are they? What's taking them so long?
It was a while. It was a while.
I couldn't do it anymore. And so they came and gave me the epidural.
Which was around 7:30, 8 o'clock I think. Right? Yeah, it was like 7:30,
like 8 in the morning.
Yeah. And so once Ruth got it, she went to sleep, and then around like 12, she was like, I gotta poop.
Okay. So during all of this, I don't know what the heck time it was. Like, time just was like not on my mind. But yes, there was a point where I was like, I have to poop. I really have to poop. And I was like making them call the nurse. Like, no, go call the nurse. I really have to poop. But it was, I guess, that's just how it feels like when the baby's coming out. So I had to toughen it out, and I kept saying like, no, really, I'm gonna poop. I have to poop.
And even from that point on, they were like, we gotta wait it out a little more.
Oh my god, I was just like so stressed. And then finally, it came time to push. And
She pushed for like an hour.
I pushed for an hour.
And then this...
Is there anything important within that hour of pushing that you care to mention? My mom was freaking out and couldn't watch me give birth.
Yeah. And Angel was like in awe. She was like, what do I watch?
Angel couldn't stop watching.
Yeah. And I was just standing there, you know, being there for moral support.
Yep, he was feeding me ice chips.
I was feeding you ice chips. I was holding your leg.
Yep, and I was
and
pushing.
I was coaching her through her breathing.
And then, yeah, finally,
this one came out.
This girl finally made her appearance. 1:18 p.m. on March 24th,
2018. So, after Jay was born, they actually brought her to the NICU for a couple hours because her oxygen levels weren't where they wanted it to be. Be careful, please.
Like, they weren't horrible, but
just to be, you know,
they
safe.
could be better.
Yeah, just to be safe.
Oh my God.
She was in the NICU, but she was only there for a couple hours. And from then on, it was smooth.
I did tear. I had a second-degree tear. So there's that. There were stitches and everything.
But after that, everything was good except the fact that this one, well, they both did, but they both had jaundice.
Yeah, we had to, with Janelle, and we stayed in the hospital for a week.
Yeah, we're there for a whole week.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky at that time we could come.
We could come and go. They could come and go, and we.
So I would stay the night. I would stay
trapped in the hospital.
Yeah, I would stay the night with Ruth, and then in the morning I would go pick up Mom and Angel, and we'd switch. And I'd go home and sleep, and Ruth was still mad.
Oh, and during those times in the hospital, I despised RJ so much because he would go home to sleep. Unbothered. And then he'd come to the hospital and sleep more. And I was like, are you kidding me? But yeah, that's the story of how Janelyn was born.
Yeah.
And then, okay. So now here's the story of how Enzo was born.
We have to force this one out.
Oh, there's not really much of a story. You guys already knew, but like, he didn't want to come out.
Yeah.
I tried everything. I played basketball. Went on 3-mile-long walks almost every day. I jumped up and down. I did squats.
Everything.
I danced around.
And he just wasn't
everything
ready.
and anything. Anything I could think of that people will say
would help induce.
Would naturally help induce labor. I tried and it didn't help. He didn't want to come out. And so we got an induction date. We didn't know that induction was such a long process, but so far this is what happened. We went to the hospital and then we found out the way it works is they give me this medicine every, was it 6 hours? 8 hours?
That's 4 hours.
I don't remember. They gave me a medicine every X amount of hours to help soften my cervix because my cervix was shut. My cervix was shut and up high. So he was very far from making his way down.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, he did not want to be evicted. He knew 2020 was a crazy year. And I was like,
He's like, it's safe in here. I don't want to go out there.
Sometimes he still tries to crawl back in.
But anyways, you're embarrassing him.
Huh? That's the last
doesn't
one.
want-
That's the last one. You don't want it?
I'm out.
Jalen.
I'm out. You don't want to tell them?
Tell him. What were you talking about? Yeah, he tries to crawl back into.
No.
Oh. What are you talking about?
What happened at the hospital?
Oh yeah. So we got to the hospital around 4. We got checked into Ruth's room, which is funny because, like we said earlier before,
It's the same. It was the same exact room that I gave birth to Jane.
Daddy, there.
Oh, thank you. Here you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it was the exact same room, like everything, same everything, and so we're there. They started inducing Ruth around 5, and like she said, we didn't realize how long of a process inducing was, and
Yeah, so they gave me medications to help soften my cervix. So yeah, throughout the night it was just that.
normal.
We're just chilling in
we're
the
just waiting.
hospital, watching
I'll do those.
movies and shows on the laptop.
But yeah, so that night it was chill. We actually got to sleep.
And then
Around 6, Ruth calls me, wakes me up.
Yeah, everything just happened starting in the morning.
Yeah, Ruth woke me up at 6, telling me her water broke. So we called the nurse. The nurse confirmed that her water broke. And then...
Yeah, guys, so I woke up and I was trying to adjust myself. I think I was trying to slide myself back up in the bed. And then all I felt was like a pop. And then I was wet.
Like a water balloon.
Literally, like I felt like a water balloon was popped in my lap. And
yeah,
we called the nurse.
She's like, you did break your water. Or your water did break. And then from now, it was more of a waiting game again.
So after my water broke, the doctor wanted to see if my contractions would naturally start occurring and like getting closer and stronger. And I guess they weren't getting strong or closer enough for their liking, so they gave me Pitocin, which is a medication that kind of just helps like force the contractions to happen. And so that happened and they started getting stronger, and during that time I was just like bouncing on the exercise ball and trying to walk around and like just toughen it out. Just like my my labor with Jalen, I was trying to toughen out as long as I can. And then this time I learned from my past mistakes with labor with Jalen, and I asked for the epidural ahead of time because I knew it was going to take a while. But yeah, I asked for the epidural. The anesthesiologist came. We found out he actually is from San Diego too. It was an interesting conversation that RJ and him were having.
Yeah, it was wild.
All while I was in pain. So yeah,
it was crazy. Yeah, it was.
got my epidural, and then did I sleep after that?
I think you did.
Probably slept until I couldn't take it anymore and I had to poop. It felt like my body was like naturally pushing on its own rather than like it was just pushing by itself, like I couldn't control it. And so yeah, it was time to push and I was pushing, but the thing was, my cervix was still up high. It was like, he was still really up high. He was not anywhere near the opening.
Oh, yeah,
So I technically had to push him down and out. So it was a really long time. Like Janelyn, I pushed for like an hour. Enzo, I don't even know how long I pushed with Enzo, but it wasn't
that. I mean, it was like an hour and a half. It wasn't more than 2 hours.
But it was definitely harder for me this time. Like,
yeah, do you guys see how big this boy is? Look at him.
RJ was so afraid. He said that I was turning purple because I was like not breathing properly or something.
Like, you need to breathe.
And because like they were offering me the oxygen mask and stuff, and like it was my choice whether or not to use it, and RJ was like forcing me to use it because he was like, girl, you need oxygen, you're turning purple. It was
like this, like she was like this.
Guys, it was just so hard to push him out, and I was ready to give up. I wanted to give up. I wanted to be like, I'm done, just cut him out. Like, I can't do it anymore.
Bruce is pushing it. She's like, oh, you gotta keep pushing. I can't.
I can't do it anymore.
I think you gotta breathe. It was tough.
It was the whole process. I was literally, guys, I was literally on the verge of crying, about to tell them, like, I can't do it anymore, just take him out. Like, I can't push anymore.
And to think that you almost did that alone, if Mom and Angel
could, like,
if they didn't look at the face.
Oh my god, it was, this is the reason why, giving birth to this one is the reason why
she questioned about having another.
I don't know if I want another one yet anymore.
They keep getting bigger and bigger.
Oh my goodness, God.
Enzo was a whole pound bigger or heavier and 3 inches longer than Jay.
Yeah.
So it was definitely harder for Ruth.
Mm-hmm.
But when he came out,
once he finally came out, I just felt like I cried from relief because he was finally out. Oh, bless you. Was that a scene?
And when he came out, and he looked exactly like Janelyn. Like,
and then his face changed like the next night.
Yeah. Had no issues with him. He was born at 1912.
On July 19th.
On July 19th, 2020. So that whole ordeal from when she first got induced to when he was actually born was like 22 hours. No, 26 hours. Yeah, 26 hours.
It was more than 24 hours.
It was definitely a while. But after that,
we were hoping that his blood type was my blood type and not his, because then if it was his, then he'd be in the hospital because of jaundice and stuff. But yeah, as you guys know, he has his blood type.
They both do.
Yeah, they both have RJ's blood type, and they both had jaundice. And Enzo actually, as you guys know, stayed in the hospital for
almost 2 weeks.
I think 11 days. 11 days?
Yeah, almost 2 weeks.
That was it.
But this time, we went home because Mom and Angel were there.
Okay, so because of COVID and stuff, we either had to stay in the hospital and like we can't come and go as we please, or we could go home and he gets admitted into the pediatric wing, and we can come and go every day as we please, but only one at a time. Like, if I was up there, RJ had to stay in the car, or RJ was up there, I had to stay in the car.
Because we were missing that girl over there.
The crazy one.
Yeah, we decided we'll visit Enzo, we'll be with Enzo during the day, then when it's time.
We just felt like having Enzo being admitted in the pediatric wing was
better for him.
Better, because then that way we could see both of them. Rather than being stuck in the hospital and then not seeing Janelyn for a week.
And the he was literally the only baby in that wing. Or
like,
kid.
They were so awesome. They took such great care of him, huh?
They were pretty sad.
They were sad when we took him home.
We took him home.
Apparently he was a real ladies man. He was hanging out with the ladies all day. That's the story of how our children were born.
How RJ Jr. and Ruth Jr.
are crazy.
Our mini-me's were born.
Our crazy little ones.
It's definitely different from both experiences. So we'll
Both?
see both experiences.
Broth, guys, broth.
Yeah, both experiences. We'll see what third one, the fourth one, and the fifth one will be. So we'll let you guys know.
He got me messed up, guys. He got me
Not mean, not mean,
a lot of the way messed up.
not mean, Enzo.
Yeah, I don't know.
Third one for sure, right?
I don't know. Let's see. Maybe. Well,
In like
maybe,
3-4 years.
but not for another at least 4 years.
Whew.
Because this one is very traumatizing.
Who knows?
Oh, I don't know if I mentioned. Yeah, just like with Janelyn, I also had a secondary degree tear with this one, but I think it definitely hurt more with this one. I was sore in all sorts of places. My whole body was sore with this one for some reason.
What are you, my dude? What are you doing? What are you doing?
He's just not content right now.
What are you doing?
But yeah, that is the story. The stories of how. Ouch.
Enzo.
Let go of my hair.
How Enzo R. Malixi Pardo was born, and how Janelyn R. Malixi Pardo was born.
This one that's over here. Let me show you guys. Our little two-nager, soon to be three-nager.
We have a 3-year-old.
Oh my god, guys. She's
Oh,
about to
God.
be 3.
Alright, well, I'm gonna be dinner.
Alright, so that's the end of our story time.
Thanks for watching.
Like, comment, and subscribe. No.
And if you like our videos, go ahead and turn on that post notification. Thank you for being
Part of our life. Bye. Say bye. Bye, guys.
Whoa. Whoa.
Contractions kept going on. They started getting. Janelyn.
Come here.
The story. What's next?
You.
Nothing.
They were taking a
love
while to.
you.
I love you. They were taking a while
I love
to
you.
get going,
What about
which is
Enzo?
a medication to help
Love
get.
you. I love you. Come on.
Okay. Once that started happening.
You ready? You ready? 1, 2, 3. Ooh.
Ew, did you spit on me? You're nasty.
Janelyn.
Don't spit. There she is.
Yeah.
My
What are you doing?
goodness.